Hello, I am Graybeard for the Sylvan Reflections channel. I was over in the vicinity of the Smokies and thought I'd get in at least another little day hike. In part, this is because I'm working on hiking all 800 plus miles of the trails of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. For one of the trails that has been just sitting there begging to be done. It is the trail from the Cove Creek entrance to the park down to the Science Center. It is probably about the easternmost point in the entire Smoky Mountains almost. If not, it's awfully close to it. And I just keep not getting around to this one. So I figured since I was over here anyway, why not just grab this one on the way out? The downside is there's a big storm system coming through and I'm trying to get this hike done back to my car, which is an old Camry. It does not have four-wheel drive, and they're worried about snow and some ice later, so I got to get through this one quickly and get back home. But anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful, misty, mysterious look to the Smokies. Yeah, just have to love it. I'll show you where I'm at right here, where you can see this is going to be the Cataloochee entrance to the park. Beautiful, beautiful. The sign has seen better days, but it is a beautiful area. So here's the plan. I head south for 4.4 miles and cut over to the Science Center. Then, looping around 0.2 miles north, I catch the other trail. Then, I head back south for 2.4 miles to reach the public road where my sister will be waiting for me to take me back to my car. I've got a puffy down jacket in my backpack. It's very high 40s right now, so I do have a poncho with me. I've seen a lot of backpackers talking about, the umbrella's just not a bad way to go. So I think I'm going to try that to begin with and see if I can get away with that. It's nice not to have so much of your pockets obscured by the poncho. But got to pick up my trekking poles here so we can get going. I'm explaining here that on my previous hike on the Old Settlers Trail, about 20 plus miles, I pushed really hard. And I was feeling it on my kneecap, the tendon there. And I was wanting to take it a little bit easier this time. Off we go here. Oh, I've been waiting for literally years, 2 years, since I started this process. But you know what? I'm going to check and make sure I lock the doors. Okay. I did. I locked them, but you always get that feeling when you're going to be away for a while. What if I didn't? So you just got to check. Oh, gorgeous. You can see the mist just flowing through the trees. Beautiful. We're just about 100 or so yards in, but you see the old fence line and that roadway right there is outside the park boundaries. Inside the park boundaries. Just a matter of a couple feet. It's really pretty. Doubtless you'll be sick of this before we're done, but you can see so much of the evidence when these used to be owned by other people fencing their property before it became a park. Just like my Cataloochee Divide hike, if you check my feature-length videos on my channel, you'll see the Hemp-Hilled Bald hike and the other one for the Cataloochee Divide hike, where I hiked at different sections of this trail where you're just within inches of being out of the park while you walk on the trail in the park. That's really what you call hiking on the edge of the park anyway. As you may have noticed, I have dispensed with the umbrella and the fleece. It's just got too hot, and It's not really raining at the moment. It's just dripping from the trees where it's rained previously. If it gets bad, I'll stop and take out the umbrella. I got that in my back pocket, so no problem. And yes, you can see right across this fence line right here. Just past this fence line is private property. You can see they've actually made a road up here. Right up on the ridge, looking out everything. And if there was any visibility, you'd be able to see all the way out to the mountains and foothills beyond. So here we are in a familiar Cataloochee Divide situation. Park on this trail, about 3 feet to the left, or sometimes a foot, private land. Not bright and colorful because of the weather and time of year, but there's a special beauty that comes with it. Not being able to quite make out what's around the next tree or stuff like that adds to the mystique. Right off the trail, and literally 15-20 feet, here's this house built up here. Now, granted, that's got to be one incredible place to live, look out at the view, enjoy right up against the Smokies. But then again, you got all kinds of people walking past within 30 feet of your house. I mean, granted, the vast majority of hikers are good, polite, nice people, but I don't know that I'd want so many people right past my door all the time. As you can see, I'm standing in the trail, and this is all of 20 feet to the edge of the roof there. This just looks too good. Just coming off the trail here about 10 to 12 feet, maybe 15 feet. And you can see somebody's has a fence just barely outside the park property. And you can see they've got a roadway right up to the trail. I wonder whose that might be. Here we are again, close to the park boundary. Only difference is you can see that we are going alongside a section of the fence that's in a little better shape than most. Onward into the misty depths. Well, it's about an hour and 5 or so minutes into the trail, about 2 miles, so we're doing almost 2 miles an hour. It's quite level for the most part. So this is one of a little bit downhill every once in a while, a little bit of a climb, even less of that, but so I knew I could keep some decent pace. But it's just, it never ceases to just astound me. Just amazing. Just amazes me still. But let's keep going, see if we can keep up a good pace. Just sitting here looking around, all of a sudden there is a ton of blowdown here. I guess the wind got channeled through here or something at some previous date. I mean, just look. You can see how that is just all over. And then down here, it is just widespread all over. Oh well, part of the cycle. Well, a little bit further along the trail, got about 1.5 miles to go, and here we have yet another property coming right up next to the park boundary. Yeah, looks like an old barn. And they've marked their property, posted it, so they don't want hikers coming in here. Okay, private property, I get it. Oh, and look at this. What a great property. Right up on the edge of the park. Taylor's Turnaround, huh? Okay. I'm just looking right across the fence here. But just gorgeous. It's very light drizzle. I'm just about to pull out the umbrella. But how can you not love the green tunnel, as so many people put it? See what I'm talking about? It is beautiful. Well, we're about a third of a mile from the Science Center here, and we just came upon the edge of this knoll, little protected cove-like area right near the top that has tons of, looks like intermediate wood fern, moss, just splashes of green against the browns, the reddish browns that you normally see. As you look out across that, it's maybe hard for you to see, but as we go along here, you'll see just inundated with all this greenery. Just such a beautiful splash of color. Absolutely gorgeous. But I am just about to reach the saddle here next to Horsepen Ridge. All right, there, next to Horsepen Ridge. All I gotta do is complete the rest of that yellow, catch that other little fork, and I'm good. Then I head down the road from the Science Center until I hit the public road where my sister will pick me up. Well, we are almost to the saddle next to Horsepen Ridge. I think that's the name of it, which is the one right next to the Science Center. Within a tenth of a mile, something like that. So we are getting awfully close, as I mentioned earlier. Okay. We have arrived at the point where I need to continue. But it's all downhill from here in every sense of the word. Well, every good sense of the word. Okay, I'm probably blocking it a little, but you can see I'm right at the point where I go to get to the Science Center, and then I'll come back and then do the other little spur. Okay, looks like we've got a quadrangle here. See the little orange flags over here as well. That's about maybe 1.5 meters square. Looks like we've got some bear corn in there. I guess they're using that as a study. A quadrangle to study effects of, I don't know, something. Almost to the Science Center here, but now we're doing, looks like some blue little surveyor's flags. Interesting. Here's what I'm looking for. There you go. So I'm right to this point. I'm going to just go back up this way to where I cut off onto this trail over here. I'm going to meet it back over here and then come back so I've done both of them.
Sorry, I forgot to record this as I came by it the first time, but you can see that's pointing off to the Appalachian Science Center.
On the previous map, this is the left Yellow Fork I just returned from.
We will head on down here and head back to the Science Center.
On the right Yellow Fork.
Ah, look at that tunnel.
The tunnels can be so cool at times.
Yes, yes, yes. Been waiting for this. This sign right here.
I knew this meant I was getting close.
And now I can just head straight on to this trail that cuts over to the Science Center. So we'll take that one. Isn't it fascinating, the stuff you can find? Oh yeah, you'll recall those if you saw my Science Center Cataloochee Divide hike. Yeah, that is the sign we were after. All right, Ferguson Cabin, now I've been there. Here is the Science Center. Now folks, this is a really overcast, drizzly kind of day. So this, even though the recording device is much better, the lighting conditions and such are so much more poor.
Basically, I'm saying that the Science Center here looks much better in my bright and sunny 2022 June Cataloochee South backpacking video. You can find it, not to mention videos for nearly 30 other backpacking trips, on my Sylvan Reflections channel if you wanted to compare it.
Okay, you can see where we are at in the bottom right. I have just come back and connected that triangle right here next to that sign that we showed you earlier. Just got a text from my sister that she's down there at the bottom of the hill waiting for me. So I got about a mile to go quickly. But it's gravel road and should go quick. There we are on our way back. Here's something interesting. Wild boar, wild hog, the ones that got loose back in the 17 or 1800s when somebody tried to do an exotic animal farm. And lo and behold, some of them got out, and those things are just destroy all kinds of stuff. So they're trying to continue to trap them and remove them since they are very destructive, very non-native, invasive species. All right. That is kind of a cool little weather station. All kinds of atmospheric data. Oh, look, look, look. You can see a TV camera up there, so it's probably one of the webcam live cam shots you can get from the Science Center area. Okay, we have reached the end of the hike here. My sister is here to pick me up, and let me just tell you, I am so grateful for you to let me share this adventure with you. I love helping people see just how incredible it is to be outside in nature, especially the Smokies. If you could help me share this with others, that's wonderful. To share the link, subscribe, like, all of that really does help, and I'll hopefully be able to make some more content because of it. So, this is Graybeard for the Sylvan Reflections channel. Thank you for joining me. See you on the next one.
If you like this video, please consider clicking the like, subscribe, and notification bell.